Well, most of you know Pastor John, if you know him well enough to know that he was very much into the Enneagram and doing the personality test. All of us leaders had to do that. And I just wanted to thank Pastor John because I used to really feel pretty good about myself till I started reading this book. And I just wanted to share a few things, Pastor John, what it's like to be a 9. And by the way, I am a 9, and everybody around here was known as an 8 or a 9 or a 2 or a wing or whatever. It was very confusing to me, but Pastor John would just light up when he was talking about this. So a 9, I'm not a self-starter. So in other words, I'm not a leader. Sometimes I get lost in doing trivial tasks while things really need to get done and put off. So really, I'm not responsible. I tend to procrastinate, so I'm lazy. When I get distracted and go off task, I give my attention to whatever is happening right in front of me, so I don't stay focused. And another one is people think I'm a good listener, even though I find it hard to pay attention in a long conversation. So basically, if you're talking to me for any length of time, I just tune you out. So, Pastor John, I used to feel really good about myself until I read this book, so I just wanted to thank you for that. But all in serious, you and Tori will be missed around here, and I just wanted to thank you. You've been with Dave and I for a long time. You came to Cornerstone, and you just mean a lot to us. So I just want to thank you for sharing the time that you did with us, and I'm praying for you guys, praying that God would continue to direct your lives. Thank you.
Yeah. Many of you know that one of the things that you love about Pastor John is that he's never met a free meal that he doesn't like. And so we love that about him. We love what the impact he's made on our church, on our leaders, the self-confidence that he's helping instill.
Thank you, Pastor John. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Pastor John.
Thank you, Pastor John.
Pastor John, thank you for everything, and good luck on the next chapter in your life.
It's fun to get to know you, and it's going to be sad to see you go.
Most of all, thank you for allowing your gifts to just run so freely to everyone who surrounds you.
We thank you, Pastor John.
Thank you, Pastor John. Thanks, Pastor John.
Pastor John, I think it would be easy for me to thank you for all that you've done for worship and our youth. And I do thank you for those things, obviously. It's very evident that you've left your impact there. More for me, I want to thank you for your heart for Jesus, for coming to New Life exactly when we needed you to. He placed you here at the perfect time.
Dankeschön. Gracias. Merci. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor John.
We're so sad to be losing you. We're so excited for your next chapter. We know that God does not call people places by accident, and that he doesn't move them by accident. And we know that wherever God leads you next is going to be exactly where you need to be, and that your journey will be amazing.
John, you brought a worshiper's heart to New Life. Your service on the worship team has been inspirational, and you've breathed new life into our services. Thank you personally for helping me develop as a leader with your encouragement and support. Thank you for everything.
From my perspective, from my chair, one of the greatest things that he has helped us with here at New Life Community Church is that he has helped to create a positive spirit, a fresh spirit, a new spirit. And that's not just through worship and through song, but that is just through presence and through his interaction with his teams and developing his teams and developing people. And that he has created a very powerful and positive spirit among our teams. And so we appreciate that very much about him.
That's what I'm saying. How do we start? As you can tell, we're already
This is supposed to be about him and not us. Okay. Pastor John, to put it mildly, we're like a hot mess here. So all we can say is thank you, we love you, and I'm going to send it over to Morgan.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor John, so much for not only what you've done for me, but for our church. You are going to be missed very, very much. Earmuffs, you too. Huh? Well, I'm going to miss having a young adult in the office as well.
What? Oh, I'm young. I'm young at heart. Come on.
Pastor John, we're going to miss you. Yeah, we're a hot mess because you're leaving. You're a buddy. We're going to miss you. And John, I'm really going to miss you because you're the only person that ever wants to know if you can help me throughout my day. Blessings. We're going to miss you.
We'll help you. It's okay.
Thank you, Pastor John.
Thanks, Pastor John, for being our kids' youth pastor.
Thanks, Pastor John. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Pastor John. We'll miss you.
Thanks for everything, Pastor John. Gonna miss you guys. Good luck.
We're gonna miss you, Pastor John.
Thank you for everything.
Bye.
Say bye.
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna cry right now.
1, 2, 3, go.
Like I'm already gonna cry.
Just hurry up and
say it and then cry after. We're gonna miss you so much.
Thank you for coming into our lives and changing them for the better. We're excited to see you go change your life for the better.
Thank you for being with us for the past few years. We're so excited to see what God has planned for you, but sad to see you go.
Okay.
We love you so much.
And yes, you guys will be truly missed, but we do pray God's blessing on this transition of your life. All we can ever ask of our pastors and leaders is to follow the will and the leadings of God. And so as you do so, we just pray God's blessing on you guys. And thank you for all that you have given and imparted into our church. And thank you from the very bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you. Love you.
So a pastor walks into the lobby of our church, and little Johnny is standing over in front of the American flag, where there's a plaque on the wall. So the pastor walks over and says, "Johnny, what are you doing?" He says, "What do these names mean, Pastor?" He says, "Well, that's to honor the men and women who died in the service." And they both look together at the plaque very seriously, and then Johnny looks up and says, "Was it the 9 o'clock service or the 11 o'clock service?"